Questions let about professional education. Part 2. 1. A teacher gives her students an unfinished story and asks them to complete it in their own words. The responses are then evaluated to see their inner thoughts and emotions. What kind of test is being used? Letter A. Objective test. B. Interest inventory. C. Projective test. D. Aptitude test. The correct answer is letter C. Projective test. The teacher is looking forward to evaluate the inner thoughts and emotions of the student. The personality assessment is the process of understanding a person's characteristics, traits, thoughts, emotions, and behavior patterns to know who they are as a person. The personality assessment is classified into two. First is the non-projective, whereas it is used as structured questionnaires or rating scales to measure personality traits directly from a structured tests. The example of non-projective is personality test. The second is the projective, where it reveal hidden feelings, motives, and unconscious aspects. It is like a Intrapersonal by Howard Gardner, where it focus on knowing who we are inside. Question number 2. A student is given a test where he needs to identify if each statement is true or false. What kind of test statement is this? Letter A. Matching type. Letter B. Multiple choice. Letter C. Essay test. Letter D. True or false. The correct answer is letter D. True or false. Types of teacher-made tests. First is multiple choice. It is a question and statement with several choices or options. Second is true or false. It consists of two statements. One is correct and the other one is incorrect. This type of test is prone to guessing the answer. Third is matching type, is connecting a related items into two columns. Fourth is supply test, where it will fill in the missing word and phrases, and lastly is essay test, where a student will write and explain his ideas about the topic in detail. Number 3. A teacher prepares a short quiz for her grade 4 class after discussing a topic about friction. The questions are based directly on the lesson. What kind of test is this? Letter A. Teacher-made test. B. Standardized test. C. Aptitude test. D. Survey test. The correct answer is letter A. The teacher-made test is a test prepared by the classroom teacher to measure what students have learned in a particular lesson. Question number 4. A teacher designed a test intended to measure students' knowledge of English grammar. However, most of the questions asked about vocabulary. What quality of a good test is lacking? A. Reliability. B. Objectivity. C. Validity. D. Usability. The correct answer is letter C. Validity. Since the intended objective of the teacher is to measure the ability of the student in English grammar. But the actual test items was provided of only vocabulary and it did match the learning objectives and lessons taught. That's why it produced the lacks of validity. Number 5. A teacher gives a quiz to know how much a student's learned in today's lesson. It is an example of letter A. Evaluation. B. Assessment. C. Measurement. D. Testing. The correct answer is letter B. Assessment is about gathering information about student learning, using different tools, tests, observations, portfolios and performance tasks. Measurement is about the score or number you got. Testing is about giving a set of questions or tasks to measure what a student knows. Evaluation is making judgment or opinion based on assessment. After a lesson on environmental protection, the teacher asks students to write a short reflection on how they personally commit to reducing plastic waste in their daily lives. What kind of learning domain is being assessed? Letter A. Cognitive domain. B. Knowledge domain. C. Psychomotor domain. D. Affective domain. Letter D is the correct answer. Affective domain reveals the attitudes, feelings, and values of the students towards protection of the environment. There are 3 learning domains. First is the cognitive domain, where it focuses on the recall and understanding. Second is the affective domain. It measures attitudes, values, interests, and feelings, not knowledge or skills. And the third is psychomotor domain. It focuses on the hands-on experience like performing a task. Question number 7. After teaching the story of Rizal and his contributions to the Philippines history, the teacher asks students to describe in 5 sentences the main contribution of Dr. Jose Rizal to the Philippine Revolution. Letter A. Restricted essay. Letter B. Extended essay. Letter C. Multiple choice test. Letter D. Short answer test. Due to limited information or describing in 5 sentences the contributions of Rizal, then the correct answer for number 7 is restricted essay. Essay type is one of the teacher's made test. The essay type is type of test that measures not only what students know but also how they think and express their ideas. It is divided in 2. First is the restricted essay, where it has a limited scope of information and controlled by the guided teachers. The second one is extended essay. It is a broad, open-ended ideas and has a capability to measure critical thinking and creativity. In extended essay type, the students can write freely and organize their thoughts in many ways. Number 9. Before entering to a college, students take an exam that predicts the potential success in architecture, engineering or medicine, regardless of their prior knowledge. This type of test is classified as Letter A. Aptitude test. B. Ability test. Century achievement test. D. Diagnostic test. Aptitude test is the right answer. It is used to measure a person's potential or ability to learn and succeed in a particular field or activity. Questions number 10. A teacher asked her students to define words and use them in sentences. The test mainly required vocabulary knowledge. What type of test is this? A. Verbal test. B. Non-verbal test. C. Objective test. D. Power test. The correct answer is letter A. Verbal test. The verbal test uses words and language and it requires vocabulary and comprehension. While the non-verbal test uses pictures, symbols, figures and it requires reasoning without relying on words. Thank you for watching.